Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name's Stephanie, and today I have a different style of video that I'm trying out where I'm gonna be sharing what I wore in January. I know a couple of other nail content creators do these style of videos, and I remember getting a suggestion to do it myself a while back now, but for a long time I was just really busy with always swatching things and not really wearing a lot of polish for my own pleasure. So I felt like it wouldn't be worth doing a video like that when I only was wearing like base coat or just something really simple like 1 or 2 manicures a month. But I really have been trying to make more of an effort to go back into polishing for myself. And I'm actually really impressed with how many manis I put out in the month of January. So let's just get into it. So my first mani of the month and of 2026 has been a very special one that I really still love, and that was my combination of Holo Silent Night, which was their navy blue Crelly from the Advent box, and Fauve's Stargazing topper on top of that. As I'm sure many of you remember from my D-Stash finale video where I went through my whole drawer of toppers, I mentioned how I just haven't worn them in such a long time, or that I usually reach for the same dainty Holo topper over and over again, but I just have so many other gorgeous toppers in my collection. So something I want to try for this year is wearing a new topper every single week, just to kind of go through some of the older ones in my collection, though I know a lot of the ones I've been sharing recently are maybe newer, this Fauve being one of them. It only came out sometime in the last year, I think maybe in the late summer. It was part of their second Van Gogh collection, and I just thought this was a super beautiful combination. I did also have this topper on my Winter Favorites swatch wheel, so I knew I just wanted to wear it again for the season, and pairing it with a navy blue base was just the perfect combination. The next mani I technically wore hasn't been posted anywhere because I just didn't end up loving it that much, and that is Beesney's Lacquer Rebirth and Renew, which I had picked up over Black Friday. I believe this one is one of their mosaic magnetics, which is kind of a multi-chrome. It has these different colored shimmers that shift from green and pink to other shades of blue, all in this gorgeous blue base. And so when I say I didn't love this one, it's not because I was disappointed in the polish itself, but more so with how I magnetized it, I guess. So on my first coat, I tried using the round side of a magnetic wand to sort of do this like wavy cat eye. Like I had seen somebody post on Reddit, obviously sometime last month, asking if anybody knows the technique that Michelle from Mooncat uses for her magnetized swatches. And from there, I think somebody had commented like either with a video link or something showing that she uses the round magnet to sort of create like a wavy cat eye essentially. And so that's what I tried doing, and it looked pretty good on the first coat, but because it was the first coat, I didn't take any photos of it. And unfortunately, when I tried it on the second coat, it just didn't really work. Like, I don't know what happened, but it just kind of was a nail fail for me. It barely looked magnetized, and yeah, I just didn't really love this one. So, you know, I took it off like shortly after. I don't know if I would technically count it as like a mani I wore, but I tried it at least. But after taking that off, I put on Prism Parade's Moonlit Coronation, which is another shade from my Winter Favorites wheel this season. It's a super gorgeous cornflower jelly kind of base that borders on being like a periwinkle shade. It's filled with a really bright reddish magenta kind of shimmer, so that's what helps it look a little bit purple in some lighting. And it also has this really gorgeous blue reflective glitter. It's just such a stunning color combination. I think it is so beautiful for winter. This was one that I really loved wearing for a couple of days, which is again basically how I'm categorizing what I actually wore versus just swatches that I do for collection reviews, if that makes sense. Then it was time for another topper mani. So this time I decided to use Fauve's Snowfall, which was their snowflake glitter topper from this most recent holiday season, and I layered that over ILNP's Flurry, which is the very bright cornflower blue that came out in the Snow Day collection. I love Flurry so much. I think it's just the perfect bright cornflower of my dreams, which I know is saying a lot because I already have a lot of favorite cornflowers, but if you remember from my comparisons, the ILNP one was just somehow more vibrant. So I knew I wanted to wear it this winter, and I figured it would be a really cute base for this topper. I did end up liking it in the end, but at first I was kind of like on the fence about it because it just obviously wasn't as high contrast as my first topper mani. This one definitely had a much lighter, kind of airy, whimsical vibe, but I thought it was cute in the end. And on my other hand, I wore Mooncat's Pearl Clutcher, which was another one of my seasonal favorites for this year. Obviously, I'm trying to like go through and actually wear some of the polishes that I shared in my swatch wheel. And normally when I do that, I try to do it with like some nail art, or I'm combining a couple of shades here and there. But for Pearl Clutcher, I just wanted to do like one simple coat of it because it was just so perfect for an icy white for winter. And I thought it was a really nice combination with Flurry and the Snowfall topper. Another mani that I wore but haven't posted yet is Cirque Colors Plush Suede. This one is another from my winter favorites this year, and it's just a warm pink crelly with a really cozy, fiery copper shimmer and a dainty hollow. You guys know I'm such a sucker for this kind of shimmer, dainty hollow finish, and I love this color so much. It's just so cute and cozy, and I just wanted to wear some pink. I think I did wear this on both hands at some point too, but I don't remember if I got a picture of both. So I was very much in a pink mood during that time. But yeah, like I mentioned, I haven't posted that one yet. So if you see it on my Instagram, it's when I had my longer nails, so you know there's gonna be a break in continuity there. I know I could just like re-swatch it, but I really loved the photo with like my longer nails, and it just makes me so sad that I broke two of them on the same day. Then we had another topper mani, and this time I chose Noodles Nail Polish's Snow Kissed, which is another wintry snowflake kind of glitter topper, and layered that over Shleee Polish's Flurry, which is another cornflower base, kind of similar to the ILNP, but this one has a much more sheer, crelly sort of formula, and it has this beautiful icy white and blue shimmer. It's been a while since I wore this Noodles topper. I want to say like a couple of years, but I used to love wearing it specifically over like a cornflower blue or a lavender. Sometimes I would even like do a skittle of those two shades, or you know, alternating colors, and just doing the glitter on top of that. I thought it was just so pretty. But since I was just doing, you know, the normal coat of a glitter over my base, I decided to switch it up a little and do some glitter gradients this time. And I thought it was a cute combination, even though I normally don't like doing glitter gradients over like a polish, if that makes sense. For whatever reason, I just really love glitter gradients over like a sheer pink, just something very like neutral in a way. I don't know, I can't explain it, but usually a glitter gradient over like a polish just gives me the ick. So I was surprised with myself for even trying this mani, and also just for liking it. Then I wore Glitch Lacquer's Lovey Dovey, which came out in their recent Aphrodite's Kiss collection. Obviously with getting it in PR, I was able to, you know, wear it a couple of days before it was even released, and I just really love this one. You guys already know I'm a certified pink lover, and this is a gorgeous bright pink magnetic that is unlike anything we've seen on the market, honestly. So I was immediately in love with the shade and had to wear it right away. And my last topper mani of January was one of my favorites, and it was using Fauve's Candy Hearts over a lazy shimmer gradient using Mooncat's Sabertooth, which is a shimmery cornflower blue, and Fauve's Atmospheric, which is a shimmery lavender purple. As you might remember over my Fauve review video, I shared Candy Hearts over a couple of different Fauve shades. I had like two lighter ones, two darker ones, and I loved the combination of Candy Hearts over Atmospheric. So this mani was kind of inspired by that, but instead of just doing, again, like a solid base for my topper, I decided to do a lazy gradient, which I really love doing. And that's another thing that I don't do often enough, or just as often as I used to. I feel like the last shimmery gradient that I did were these butterfly wings last year, which again are just like one of my top favorite nails. So yeah, this is another favorite because a lazy gradient is just so easy to do, and especially once you find like the right color combinations, you know, that blend easily. It's just so pretty. I think this one was super dreamy, just very up my alley. And even though it's one of the first manicures I've done in 2026, I feel like this is easily one of my top favorites. I technically do have one more mani that I did in January, but I haven't posted it yet, or maybe I did just post it to Instagram, but it's, you know, February now. And that was Cracked Polishes Down with Authority, which is a shimmery garnet red kind of shade that I had wanted to share earlier in January because, like I said, it's a perfect garnet shade that works for the birthstone, but I only ended up just sharing it recently, which, you know, is still perfect for Valentine's Day. Like, it's just a vampy shimmery red with the perfect name too for just the freaking dumpster fire that's been going on. It's like a perfect combination of channeling the rage at everything, but still having like sexy Valentine's Day nails. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up everything I wore in January. So I would love to know what you think of, first of all, the style of video. Is this something that you would like to see moving forward? I almost thought it would be like kind of silly because obviously I do post the majority of what I wear on Instagram, and so I didn't want to just like repeat things, if that makes sense. But I know a lot of people also just don't follow me on Instagram. You're only like on YouTube, which is okay. So I guess it would be nice to, like, you know, share what I am wearing outside of what I'm sharing again in like swatch and reviews, which, you know, I always try to do my full hand swatches for them. But when I do, I immediately take them off right after because, you know, I'm just kind of churning through them, getting to work, right? Like, it's not for pleasure. But yeah, as you saw, there were definitely a good amount of manis that I actually wore for pleasure last month. So fingers crossed I can keep that up for February. I definitely feel a lot more inspired and motivated, especially with doing like my topper series, just because it's like a solid like one manicure that I know I'm gonna be doing every week. My next hurdle is like wanting to get back into doing nail art like I used to, where it was just so much more often. That's kind of what I was doing before I started being like a swatcher, essentially. And because swatching is so time consuming, I obviously don't even have time to, like I said, wear polish on my own, and let alone have the time to do nail art. Because especially with nail art, it's like, you know, more time consuming and I want to like enjoy wearing it. So it just sucks to, you know, not be able to do that because I have to swatch like a collection or 3. So yeah, I don't want to promise any like, you know, schedule of like a nail art tutorial on like my shorts video, but it would be nice to kind of get back into that. So we'll see if I can do that. Maybe I can have a cute little heart one for Valentine's Day since that's already next week. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm just rambling at this point. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.